Hello language learners! Learning a language by watching TV sounds really fun and inspiring and motivating until you realize that it's not just about watching TV and all of a sudden just like the language becomes in your head. The thing is, there are a lot of different options for you. There's a lot of different activities that you can do that help you learn different things and are better for different kinds of language learners with different kind of interests. So instead of just saying, hey, you should watch TV to learn a language because it's so much fun and it's completely effortless and you won't even know that you're learning a language because you're watching TV, instead, I'm going to give you something a little bit more actionable. So I'm going to talk about 5 different language learning resources that you can use to learn a language by watching TV. And I'm going to explain why they're different, how they can help you, so you can have a little bit more intentional education than just like a vague, do this because it's fun, am I right? The first resource that I'm going to talk about is language learning with Netflix or language learning with YouTube. They're free Chrome extensions that you can use to watch videos, movies, shows, what have you, and also get the subtitles. Now, language learning with Netflix and YouTube, these are really, really great resources. These are really excellent tools. But what I'm about to say about this particular resource, it really applies to anything that you can get subtitles with. I just wanted to explain a little bit about how to use subtitles correctly per se, how to use them, and what you can expect to get out of using the tool of subtitles. So here we have a Spanish language show. This is The Cable Girls. It's based in Spain. It's like legit Spanish. And you have all the stuff that you get with language learning from Netflix, language learning with Netflix. I have a whole video going really in depth into this Chrome extension, link below in the description. So if you want some really in-depth information, I'm not gonna go too far in depth here. I still got 4 other resources to talk about, but this is, what it looks like. So with subtitles, there are quite a few options. For one, the first question I'm going to answer is, what language should my subtitles be in? It's really up to you, and it's really up to what media you're watching, but I would generally recommend that you at least have the target language subtitles up. And it's really up to, whether or not you feel like you're learning and what makes you happy. I don't really need the English subtitles here, so I should probably take them off and I can figure it out just with the Spanish subtitles here. But if your listening comprehension isn't quite up to the par, you should definitely have the Spanish or your target language subtitles up. But regardless, when we use subtitles, what does it do? It's not cheating. It is not cheating. Just because something makes it, a little bit easier for you doesn't mean it's cheating. It is a tool that is completely valid. So what exactly do subtitles help us with? With the subtitles here, and this movie is playing, the show is playing, there's a couple of different things happening. For one, even if we don't understand what's happening, even if we get rid of the English subtitles, even if we can't really understand what's going on, you can tell from the body language of this going on, she's kind of like, you can tell there's something weird going on. They're playing some sort of like cricket, I think. He's probably teaching her something. She's not completely sure what's going on, or she's confused. And you can really see, just like from body language, obviously if you jump in like from the very beginning, it'll make a lot more sense. I have no idea. I don't watch this show, so I don't know completely what's going on, but you can definitely tell from body language a lot more information than just the words that they're saying. Using subtitles also allows you to get a lot more vocabulary that you might not get otherwise. So if you are watching the show without the subtitles and you don't catch every word, that's okay. You don't always have to catch every word. If you're just enjoying it, just as a general rule, that's totally cool. But as you're watching the subtitles, you can pick up new words. And you can pick up new words in a really meaningful way. So if we go over to this word, lance, to throw, and we can assume lancer is the verb to throw, and we can really, learn this new vocabulary if that's a new word for you, and put it in Anki deck, and you have this whole concept, this whatever is happening, that, he's asking her to throw the ball to him, and it puts an image in your mind that's a more meaningful memory than just a flashcard of lancers to throw. They flip back and forth. This is a lot easier if you see the word lancer in a flashcard and then your mind automatically goes to the scene right here. Let me play it. Where this is happening, there's like some sort of disagreement happening, and there's like some tension going on. It's a lot more meaningful. It's a lot more likely to get stuck in your brain as vocabulary word that you can actually use in your life. You know, if you find yourself one day in a similar situation where you're trying to play cricket or baseball or whatever they're trying to play, aha, I know this word, lancer, to throw. Easy peasy, right? So even though we don't need to understand every single word in a dialogue, in a movie, in a show, in a video to understand what's going on and to enjoy it and for it to be a meaningful experience, picking up those particular words in that way can really, really be helpful if what you're trying to do is build your vocabulary in a way that you can use this vocabulary one day. And honestly, I think every other resource in this video, all the other 4 resources, have some sort of subtitles, captions, something like that you can use in this way. But language learning with Netflix and YouTube are really special in that, like, wherever there's subtitles, you can use them. You know, you have all of YouTube, all of Netflix, as long as there are subtitles. It's really, really accessible. But like I said, there's some other resources that I want to talk about that also do other things, can be helpful for you in other ways. The next resource I want to talk about is also a free one. There is a premium aspect to it, but this one is called Caption Pop. I have a review of Caption Pop below in the description if you want to learn more about it. But we're going to take a look at what Caption Pop does, because it does a little extra fun little things that Language Learning with Netflix and YouTube do not do. So here we have Caption Pop in Spanish. There's a bunch of options, a bunch of really annoying options. So these are YouTube videos. As you can see right here, search term in Spanish or YouTube URL. You can plug in whatever YouTube information that you want in here to pick up what you want to. So let's look at Spanish Playground. Buena gente. This looks simple enough. So as you can see here, we have a different look than language learning with YouTube would give us. So we have the video here and we have the transcription here. We can go directly to these timestamps, which you can also do with language learning with YouTube. These English subtitles are blurred out, but as you roll over them, you can read them. So let's press play on this.
Es muy bonito. Gracias por encontrarlo. Eres el mejor hermano del mundo.
Claro.
Okay, so clearly this is very beginner. Very beginner. Let's see what happens when we start. We favorited. This caption is added to your list of favorite captions. So what do we do with favorite captions? Well, we go to this hamburger menu. Let's go to flashcards here. And let's review our flashcards. Okay, so here is this flashcard that was automatically created. Press play and listen.
Claro.
It's a really simple example, but okay, claro. So what you do is you type it in. Hey, you got it right. So this is really great because not only does it test your comprehension, but you're also learning how to spell these things. You're learning how to spell, and as you get more advanced, you'll be able to solidify in your mind like conjugations, like how to properly conjugate words based on how they're being said in that particular video clip, and it can really help you polish and specify and verify your knowledge of how words come together, how words are conjugated, how sentences come together, all sorts of stuff. And this is all based on your listening comprehension. And again, because it's based off of a video, again, like with the example with Cable Girls, it creates a stronger memory in your brain because again, you've got like a story happening, right? So with Caption Pop, you see it automatically create these flashcards, and there's a lot to take in here. You have time taken. It took me 8 seconds. I didn't use any hints. Let's do it again tomorrow. Score was 4.8. I can replay. Let's replay it.
Claro.
That doesn't help that it was translated there. And honestly, it's pretty straightforward. It's, like I said, it's a really helpful way to make sure that you understand exactly what's going on, how to spell things using appropriate accents, and really giving you an intensive knowledge of what it is that you're watching, listening to, and understanding. And then next card is due to be reviewed in just under 24 hours. So it gives you a timer, like, okay, come back in a day and we'll do this again. I am not sure what kind of spaced repetition, algorithm, strategy, whatever Caption Pop uses. So I can't really talk on that. But this is a really handy way to just get some simple flashcards out of videos that you're watching. It's really handy, honestly. You can also make flashcards out of language learning with YouTube, but it does require a little bit more finessing. It's much more flexible because you can create an Anki deck out of them, but that also means that you have to create an Anki deck with them. You're not getting flashcards automatically created for you. So, it's up to you and what works for you. If you like to create your own flashcards, you have your own Anki deck ready, it doesn't take that much effort to just like put it right in the Anki deck. Or if you just kind of want to watch YouTube videos and have the flashcards created for you, it's really up to you. Next on the list is Yabla. Yabla is another resource for using YouTube videos in particular, and I think Yabla has their own videos as well. I'm not completely sure, but Yabla is another resource that has some other options that we can use for our listening comprehension and our active use of the language. So this is the homepage of Yabla. This is Yabla Spanish. Yabla, okay, it's not very pretty. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty basic. And the thing to know about Yabla is they also have a lot of like video lessons for beginner stuff. So if that's something that you feed off of a lot, that could be interesting to you. Again, if you're looking for more information on Yabla, I do have a full-out review link below in the description for that, so I'm not going to go too in-depth. But the interesting thing to know about Yabla is how they work with your comprehension. So like Caption Pop, they do have flashcards that they create for you based on the context of the videos that you were watching. So we go here, these are a couple of random flashcards that I've made. You click review these words.
Manjar.
And it gives you the word.
Manjar.
You can hear it as many times as you need to. I think I know it. I don't know it. Here's the context of the video that I was watching. I don't remember watching it, but there it is. Were you right? I wasn't right.
Manjar.
Manjar. Well, I know it now. It's food. Food sentence. Yes, I was right.
Navideño.
Navideño. That's New Year's Eve, right? Related to Christmas. Okay, like a Christmas food. And here's a caption that you always get. Pero antes de saber un poco de la historia del Haitiano, vamos a conocer un plato típico navideño, como lo es la hallaca. Okay, I was right. Bada bam.
Manjar.
And it just puts you through it. This is another option that you can use. Yabla also has a few other tricks up its sleeve. If you go to this video, El Tío Caracas. So here's a video that I found those flashcards from, those two flashcards. Let's get to something a little bit more interesting. Okay, so this was a video that I was watching. You have quite a few options here. Okay, so again, this platform isn't the prettiest in the world. I will admit that, but there are some great options here. What I really want to show you is right up here, games. Okay, multiple choice, fill in the blank, scribe, that's transcription, vocabulary review, comprehension. These are like great ways to test what it is that you're doing. Multiple choice, choose the missing word. So this is like a close, we have listen for the missing word, choose the correct answer, start game.
Una casa de principios del siglo XX empieza nuestro recorrido por Caracas, Venezuela.
Yeah, okay, so you're right. And that's really just...
Empieza nuestro recorrido por Caracas, Venezuela. Hoy lo hacemos desde un pueblo típico de Caracas. Hoy lo hacemos desde un pueblo.
So you get the point. It's a really fun way to make sure that you are listening intently and hearing the way that people say these words naturally. And all of these games are similar. Fill in the blank is the same kind of thing, except it's not multiple choice. Scribe is dictation. You're listening to it, and then it's just like a step more difficult. It's fill in the blank, except there's no blank. The whole thing is blank, so you have to fill the entire thing in. Vocabulary review, and then comprehension. I love this. Test your comprehension. So you listen to this and then you have to answer these questions. You have to watch the video and then also understand the video, what's going on, and these questions. So, ¿a cuántos minutos del centro de Caracas está el hatillo? If you watch the video and you understand it to a reasonable degree, you should be able to answer that. La hallaca es un plato típico de Navidad. I know that one. Wait, did I get that wrong? Okay. ¿Cuál es el ingrediente más importante de la hallaca que hace Luisa? I don't remember. ¿Por qué debe quedar la carne firme? And this is just, it's testing to see, did you understand everything? If you didn't understand, you can always go back, listen again, test your comprehension, and really bear down on what you're understanding, how to understand it, and practicing that comprehension. I love it. But this is already a really long video, and I still have 2 more resources to go through, so let's continue. Here we have Fluent U. As you can see, Fluent U has a lot of like conjugation and gender, plural forms of conjugations, which is really beginner stuff. But if you find video to be really engaging, and you know, if you like tutorial videos on YouTube, Fluent U might be a really awesome resource for you. So here are a bunch of Spanish videos. You have the Cruella de Vil trailer. Why not? Am I right? Let's see. I've done this one before, making a grocery list. Okay, so right now I'm not logged into a premium account, which will give you a lot more options. Link below in the description, again, for my review of Fluent U, where I go really in depth with that. But we have the video, which you can watch, and you have all of these words that appeared in this video. Apparently, I've done this before, and I've tested through these vocabulary before. And again, it's the same kind of thing where you watch the video, get more meaning, get the subtitles, and get quiz and be able to test yourself on these things. Now, honestly, if you really liked language learning with Netflix because you could watch actual shows and actual movies, Fluent U might not be the most interesting to you. It is definitely more like lower budget videos and like aggressively like teaching you videos. It's a very different kind of thing. So it's really up to you. But if you kind of want to be taught in a way that you can control the content, you can get tested on the content, then Fluent U might be a good resource for you. You don't have quite as many features as you do with Yabla, but the content is different. Yabla isn't like actively teaching you things. It's just kind of like showing you videos and helping you pick it up natively. Ooh, I gotta rush through these. This is a really long video, my bad. Finally, last but not least, we're finally getting to that 5th resource is Lingopie. Lingopie I'm really interested in. About a year ago, I tried Lingopie out and I hated it, but I have changed my mind because Lingopie has changed a lot. It like advertises itself as bingeable movies and shows. It's honestly really pretty. But you know, I'm just gonna show you. So here we have Lingopie. This is what you'll see. This is viewer choice, new releases, beginner friendly. You can kind of see the idea where it's like Netflix, but this is all Spanish stuff. They also at the moment support French and Russian, and that's really it. But they have really upped the game with the content that they do have and the languages they do support. So what I'm really interested in this is historical drama, kind of interesting to me.
Corona.
You see, this is similar to language learning with Netflix in that, you know, there's the translation. You can turn the English on or off. It's up to you again. And as you roll over these words and these phrases, you see how it highlights in orange. That means you can click these. And when you click them, it translates them. And then it automatically saves them as flashcards for you to review later. So it's very similar to Caption Pop in that way, and Fluent U in that way, except this one does it automatically. So let's click this word, heredera. So we see that it's heir of.
Heredera de.
Heredera de. I like that. Heredera de.
Heredera de.
Okay, so we see the translation, heir of. Okay, we're moving on. So when you see review flashcards up here, click that. I don't know if I clicked the wrong word, but regardless, this is the phrase para dilucidar quién es heredera de la corona. You can play
Una
this.
junta para dilucidar quién es heredera de la
Para dilucidar I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. Eraderade is heir of. I know it. Oh, I have to flip it over. To elucidate. That ain't no beginner stuff. That is not fair warning. It really depends on what you're watching, but if you're not up to this level where you're learning if you're not learning to elucidate, you might want to stick with something like Fluent U and Yabla, I would say, especially Fluent U, especially for beginners. Elucidates. I have never even used that word in English before. Now I know it though. You're on fire. Lingopie has become it's a really beautiful platform, honestly. And it really sucks you in, especially if you're like intermediate, advanced, you're really ready to up your vocabulary, up your comprehension, and do it in a genuinely entertaining way that's not just watching kids shows on Netflix. I spent too long watching kids shows on Netflix I didn't actually enjoy watching. But yeah, that is definitely something that you should be thinking about when it comes to how you're spending your time with your foreign language. I am sorry that this video was so long. I didn't mean it to be so long. I had to hurry it up at the end there, my bad. But I hope that this was helpful for you to really help fine-tune your ideas of how you should be using TV to learn a language, the resources available, what those resources are helpful for you to do, and how to align with them depending on what you're looking for, your needs, your level, your interests, all sorts of stuff, because all of those different details of your language learning are incredibly important. So I hope that was helpful for you. In the comment section below, let me know which of the resources that I went through in this video do you prefer and why? What do you like about them? Did you like the flashcards in the resource that were automatically created? Do you like the ability to make the flashcards into Anki decks like Language Learning with Netflix does for you? Let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Wednesday and Sunday. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.